It's Amanda, and I'm here with a tip for you this Tuesday. I was working on the tutorial for, this tutorial is going to be for my club members and my creative community members on Friday, and we're going to paint this floral here. And by the way, if you would like to join us, you can do that. Both groups are open right now, and there's a link in the description for you if you would like to. But I thought that it would be helpful, maybe as a tip, to show you this little setup that I have here. So these are just some color swatches of some of my paints that I have. Now, when you look at your tube, there's already sort of a little sample of it here. But what I did was I added a little bit of white to it also. So I have sort of the, the original hue, and then I have a little bit of a tint when I added some white to it. And what this does, why is this a tip? What this does is it helps me to get some ideas of color schemes that I can put together that will look really well in a floral design. And this one, for example, I have this raw umber. It's one of the colors that we used. I've also got some cadmium yellow and some yellow ochre. So I've got these three colors here. And you can take this and kind of see, okay, well, what green's gonna look good with that? You could also use your color wheel. That's gonna help you too. But this is a little bit more personalized because your colors that you have on hand may or may not look the same as your teacher's colors, depending on what brand you're using. So I know that my turquoise that I have in my stash over here looks just like this. And I can use that to plan out different color palettes for just about anything. I mean, it can be a floral or it could be a landscape, but I thought that just having these on hand and helping me to see, these are the reds that I have. This is the pink that those reds create when I add a little bit of white. And so it helps me just kind of look and see what's gonna work well together according to what I have in mind. What kind of look am I going for? Do I want a more muted pink? And if that's the case, then maybe I want to go with this crimson here, and that would look good with my raw umber also. So just being able to put those kind of side by side, move them around to see what is going to look best in a painting. And like I said, for this one I used cadmium red for my pink. I used sap green. See those two together, they look really good together. And I used this raw umber and some of this yellow ochre and cadmium yellow. So they all really worked well together. Also, you could make bigger swatches if you wanted to and cut them out around the square, and then you can really lay them on top of one another. With this, I can kind of see what I've got here, but it would be even better if it was nothing but that green and that pink and they were laying next to one another like this. That would be a super easier way to see that. But if you have paints on hand, this is also very relaxing. If you just have some time that you want to spend in your studio, you can do this, and I think you'll find it to be very relaxing to just make some paint swatches. So just sit and get out a color, swatch it, write it down, and then you'll have your own little collection of the paints that you have on hand. You'll know exactly what color it is, and it'll help you in the future when you're putting together your own designs whether it's a floral or a landscape or whatever it may be. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks for being here for this Tuesday's tip. I'll see you next time.